2018年11月8日，加利福尼亞州發生史上最致命、最具破壞性嘅山火，被命名為營溪大火 （Campfire）。縱使上年2017年10月，加州已相繼發生一系列破紀錄山火，包括塔布斯山火、阿特拉斯山火、藍斯山火，造成嚴重破壞，直接經濟損失達到94億美元。再加上今年8月至9月，加州接連發生史上最大型嘅山火，包括門多西奧複合山火、卡爾山火、三角洲山火，燒毀超過8800間房屋，造成至少8.45億美元財物損失。然而，今次加州營溪大火進一步成為史上最致命嘅山火。換句說話，過往9年間，雖然我哋不斷睇見有美國食物搖籃之稱嘅加州持續遭破紀錄嘅乾旱同森林大火摧毀無數農田、森林同村莊，但係單今場營溪大火已經燒毀至少5.7萬公頃面積，摧毀約18000座建築物。由於火勢猛烈，多個郡縣嘅市民被迫疏散，包括加州天堂鎮、茅屋區、森特維爾區、康考、跳蚤區、巴特溪峽谷同洋基山，並威脅巴特溪谷、奇科、森林牧場、地獄鎮、恩斯基普、奧羅維爾同斯特靈城。2018年11月8日日出時分，加州消防局首次接到北部巴特縣火災報告，源頭係營溪路有灌木起火。大火發生後不久，消防先鋒隊已經觀察到該區濕度低同風力大，風速接近時速80公里，令火勢非常猛烈地迅速增長同蔓延。巴特溪縣警長辦公室下令天堂鎮等地區疏散，並設立緊急避難所。西米谷火勢強勁，燒至依山而建嘅主要公路，威脅行駛中嘅車輛。雖然政府派直升機喺公路上空投擲水彈，嘗試阻止火勢蔓延，但巴特縣仍然成為重災區。因為火勢蔓延極之迅速，康考鎮同天堂鎮大部分居民無法趕及預先撤離，令消防隊必須停止控制火勢，轉而盡快協助其他人逃離火場。冇錯，面對歷史性嘅山火，唯一能夠做嘅就係盡快逃生。高峰期更加超過25萬人逃離家園。
And we're still on Skyway, trying to get out of Paradise. This is bad.
going, buddy? I don't want to be a looky-loo.
Okay, get over.
There's a Clark Road. I just passed the bowling alley. I'm keeping a consistent 40 miles per hour.
Easy, can't see. Just go easy now. Easy.
Dad, the car is heating up. It's gonna explode. Oh, Jesus, God, help us.
All right, slow it down. Okay, slow down so we can see, Jess.
Dad, what if a tree falls on us?
Okay, slow down.
Please, God, help us.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Oh, my God.
Please, God. Oh my God, please leave the horses there. Please, God, please. Oh my God. 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 Oh my God.
It's eerie, it's apocalyptic. That's what people keep saying when they describe the scene around me. Hard to believe that it's 4 p.m. because you can see the sky, the smoke here is blocking out any sunlight here near Paradise. This road here, it's practically empty except for emergency crews, ambulance, firefighters that have been making their way towards Paradise. But that wasn't the case just 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, there were thousands of people escaping the area, trying to make their way out of Paradise. And coming up, we will show you what it looked like as we were making our way in. Houses on fire, vehicles charred and abandoned, flames dot the landscape of Paradise. A caravan of ambulances, firefighters, and other emergency crews make their way in as people from the area are stuck outside.
Where you see the beginning of the smoke, that's where they're at.
Brian Wilson lives in Magalia with his wife, 2.5-year-old, and 1-month-old.
There's no way to get a hold of anybody up there. All the lines are down. People are jumping the curbs. It's chaotic out here.
He was at work at the time the fire ignited, but his family was at home.
I told her not to go because Skyway was on fire. I wish I told her never to stop, just not go. She could have probably made it through. But no, she's at home with 2 kids by herself. Was waiting for me to come home and help. Can't do anything.
People desperately leaving Paradise, while others are trying to get in.
單第一日，大火已經摧毀整片康考鎮同天堂鎮，多間房屋、商店、教堂、醫院、學校同養老院都被徹底燒毀。接近27,000人居住嘅天堂鎮，一夜間被夷為平地。加州林業同防火部首領麥景國表示，天堂鎮嘅社區基本上已經被燒毀啦。強風把整個城鎮都殲滅咗。
The wildfires, the new eruption just today. The Woolsey fire outside Los Angeles roaring back to life, threatening homes. There's been a massive aerial assault all day. And tonight, new video now emerging of the terrifying escape from Paradise, California. A family with 4 small children forced, like so many families, to drive through the flames just to survive. But so many facing the same thing did not survive. 10 more bodies have been discovered tonight. We have both stories, that potential nor'easter in a moment, but first the urgent effort to knock down the fire from the air. ABC's Will Carr tonight leading us off from California.
Tonight, an all-out assault on the Woolsey fire.
The terrain is too steep. You can't get hand crews in here.
DC-10s and Chinook helicopters attacking a new flare-up after a week of intense firefighting. RGO Benitez saw the battle firsthand. Firefighters taking no chances. The campfire north of Sacramento, hundreds still missing, many more grateful to be alive.
There's explosions everywhere. Oh my God, people's tires are popping.
Michelle and Daniel Simmons and their 4 kids barely escaped the flames.
It's okay, you guys. It's okay. Just keep going, baby, keep going. There's a woman on the side of the road running with her baby.
Do you know if she made it?
We don't know.
Simmons' entire family, more than 50 people, all losing their homes.
It's that fine line between just being so incredibly grateful to be alive and just so sad because, you know, that was our life.
This is what the firefight looks like overnight in the hills outside Los Angeles. A dangerous storm of hot embers raining down on crews as they walk a gauntlet of fire. From above, a low-flying air attack, zigzagging across fiery ridges, desperate to slow the inferno, fanned by powerful winds. It's desperate conditions like these that have now taken the lives of at least 44 people across the state.
How quickly is this fire jumping from hill to hill?
Very fast, very fast. President Trump declaring a disaster in California. Some 7,600 structures already destroyed, while 70,000 homes are still in the path of fire. In Malibu, Miley Cyrus, who lost her home, tweeting, "Completely devastated by the fires affecting my community. My house no longer stands, but the memories shared with family and friends stand strong." In Northern California, the most destructive and deadliest fire in state history has turned the town of Paradise into a living nightmare. The tragic loss here could have been even greater.
Oh God, it's so hot.
Joanna Garcia, who fled the fire with her daughter, thought they were going to die in their car.
I kept praying, Lord Jesus, keep me safe, keep my car running, keep us going, get us out of here.
Lives saved as Paradise was lost. This morning, remembering the victims and survivors as flames threaten thousands again today.
以下係人造衛星 Ghost 16於2018年11月8日至18日從外太空拍攝嘅影像。呢10日裏面，加州大片範圍持續被營溪大火焚燒同煙霧覆蓋。愛心提示：接下嚟嘅畫面係剛剛上個月發生嘅歷史性山火，部分畫面或許會令人不安。神的確藉住呢啲災難提醒世人，我哋正處於啟示錄嘅時代，整個世界將要完結，各人必須認真面對現實，面對主耶穌將要再嚟，認真尋求神，認識神藉住2012榮耀盼望信息給予全世界嘅救贖計劃。由於部分遺骸已經被燒至難以辨認，加上仍有不少人失蹤，為咗加快辨認遇難者身份，當局決定啟用戰區 DNA 識別技術，使用尋屍犬、流動停屍間、流動化驗室，從救援現場收集遺骸組織或碎骨，提取 DNA 樣本及參考數據庫。以傳統 DNA 分析技術相比，驗證時間由數週縮短至2小時。有如人間煉獄嘅災難情況，實在令人毛骨悚然。
I was up here just an hour ago, and this was fine.
No, right. Tell my mom that.
It was fine. There was nothing burning. There was a fire.
Beautiful blue skies.
Exactly. There was nothing. We drove your entire neighborhood just to check and make sure you guys were okay.
Us too. And we've never been through this, not in 20 years.
It's the wind.
I don't know what it is.
It's the wind is the enemy of the firefighters.
Let me tell you, original owner in that house also, and it looks like it's been spared. I am so thankful.
You know, these fires just jump the homes, and we're starting to see your other neighbor's house, and what's already caught on fire in the back. I can see that.
Which one? This one?
Yes, right here. The one that's a facade is still standing here in the front. If you're just tuning into Fox 11, we're on Kenrose Circle and Parkmore Road, the 5400 block. We're talking with, I'm sorry, what is your name?
Melanie Turquant.
Melanie has chosen to stay behind or to come back to try to protect her home. Her husband is actually up on the roof, as are many of Melanie's neighbors.
Look at the cross. You see the cross on the top of that house?
Yes, I do.
The best neighbors we've ever had. Very religious. I am sure they're watching over us, no doubt.
And now the sad news that they've lost their homes.
Oh my God, look at that. Yes.
And I see around the corner there on, what is this, Kenrose Circle, there's another home home burning down the street.
That is the only one.
I'm going to ask Tony Butita if you can hear me. I'm going to ask you to walk with me
Gigi, out
to
of
Kendall
curiosity,
Circle. Yes.
you walk through these neighborhoods. They look like just regular idyllic neighborhoods. Do these neighbors, they ever think that there could be a fire here? It's not as if they're butted up against the wilderness or they're not butted up against that wildland interface or anything. They just seem like these master planned communities with regular vegetation around their homes. It's not. I would think that they would be fairly safe from these fires.
It's the location of the Camp Fire, one of the most destructive in the state's history, where close to 7,000 homes and businesses have burned. The fire almost completely wiped out the town of Paradise, and hundreds of thousands of residents in the area have fled. About 500 miles south, near Los Angeles, the Woolsey and Hill fires have burned more than 70,000 acres and forced at least 250,000 people to evacuate.
This is video of a home collapsing as our crew rolled on the fire. This is right off Canaan Dune Road. This is a scene that we have seen over and over again. Large homes in the Malibu Hills and the Oak Park area simply collapsing. This video shows a Volkswagen sedan engulfed in flames on Pacific Coast Highway yesterday, also near Canaan Dune. We're told a relative went to check on a family member and the flames moved so quickly, the car didn't stand a chance. The entire town of Paradise, which is home to about 27,000 people, is leveled. The city center, as well as surrounding homes, are gone. We're told that about 900,000 acres have burned and 6,500 homes destroyed. More than 50,000 people remain evacuated, and as of last night, the fire is only 5% contained.
The Camp Fire north of Sacramento has destroyed more than 6,700 structures and consumed more than 90,000 acres. Most of one town was incinerated.
Overnight, the Woolsey fire showed no signs of slowing down, as homes reduced to their foundations by the flames toppled to the ground.
So many homes have burned in Southern California. 200,000 people have been evacuated. That's roughly the population of Salt Lake City.
Bone-dry conditions and unrelenting winds have blown this blaze forward at a breakneck pace. Firefighters are struggling to keep up. People on the ground in this Malibu neighborhood watched yesterday as planes dumped fire retardant to delay the flame's steady march toward the Pacific Ocean. As thousands of evacuees scrambled to leave their endangered neighborhoods, bumper-to-bumper traffic piled up on California's Pacific Coast Highway, where just hours ago the fire jumped the road. Nearby, a student journalist at Pepperdine University took video as flames crested the hills above campus. Up north in Paradise, California, it looks like a war zone. The town of 27,000 people was completely destroyed by the so-called Camp Fire. Firefighters are just beginning the process of containing that blaze.
Those firefighters are so stretched, they can't even get to fires like this. This is a multi-million-dollar home south of Calabasas, where we are right now. In fact, this entire neighborhood has been obliterated. All the mountains around here are scorched and not a firefighter in sight. That's how stretched they are across Southern California this morning.
Overnight, those fires ousting hundreds of thousands of residents from their homes. A line of fires in Southern California turning homes to cinders, racing across the landscape faster than firefighters can contain them. Residents like Rebecca Hackett desperate to outrun the flames, filming on Instagram as embers pelted her car.
Please, God. Please let me out.
But the aftermath here is apocalyptic. The Woolsey and Hill fires have grown to 40,000 acres in Ventura and Los Angeles counties.
Chaos. Fire engines everywhere. The houses near me were burning. Embers were flowing all across my house.
Fires forcing evacuations of star-studded neighborhoods like Malibu and Calabasas. with many celebrities posting to their social media accounts with their status.
大火至少導致85名平民死亡，失聯名單持續增加至超過1300人，當中大部分係長者。總統特朗普視察加州北部山火災場，對致命山火造成嘅破壞感到慘不忍睹及難過。救援部隊估計，天堂鎮需要全鎮重建，並加派人手搜索。民眾則向政府提供 DNA 樣本，以辨認死難者嘅身份。巴特縣警長霍恩亞指，當局派出461名搜救人員及22隻搜救犬，另有隊伍逐家逐戶搜尋死難者遺體。
Heavenly Father, please help us.
For all those who tried to escape that day, the drive out was terrifying. Roads were choked with traffic. The fire was spreading rapidly. Once she realized how bad it was, Christina tried calling 911, hoping firefighters could rescue her mom. Later that day, she started searching at the evacuation centers and reported her mother missing. Then a few days later, searchers found her remains.
That was a living room. They must have found her because they dug there. Just sitting in the living room.
It's not yet clear how many people were trapped by the fire, but many of those who lived here were elderly, and some couldn't make it out on their own.
The biggest wildfire in California history has burned across 230 square miles, and firefighters think it'll take until the end of the month to contain it completely. The Camp Fire is known to have killed 77 people, but a list of the missing grew through Sunday night to include nearly 1,300 names. That number has since dropped below 1,000, and it could fall further as duplicate names get cleared out and people call to report on who's been found.
We actually have investigators from my department as well as mutual aid from throughout California. They're taking information from the call center. They're taking information from the emails. They're taking information from our dispatch. We don't normally have a process to deal with this many unaccounted for individuals.
That's all Paradise, and that's where you guys are working in the Paradise branch. It's 13,000 structure fires that need to get overhauled. So a lot of metal roofs, they've just come down. We're just cutting them into quarters and yarding them out, and that gets us that to get in, look, get good eyes on the building. This was an urban firestorm. It's basically what it was. It was an urban firestorm that swept through a densely packed community, unfortunately with a lot of people who were vulnerable. So it was tough. So Paradise is has a large retirement community within it. It's a beautiful place to live. So there were a lot of elderly people there. We were using every fire engine we had for the first 6 to 8 hours, just rescuing people who were unable to evacuate. So we were not fighting the fire. 41 of our firefighters lost their home and couldn't for a period of time account for their family members.
Joe and I are the deputy operations for the incident, representing the fire rescue side and the law enforcement SAR side. So we'll be joined at the hip. We just need to get the group leaders identified, the resources that are assigned to them, and we'll push you out to your work assignments. With that, have a good, safe, and efficient shift.
It's bad enough that they come home to their home destroyed. The last thing in the world that we want would be for them to find their family, friends, remains on scene, right? So this is what we're doing right now through house to house. Each house that we go to, we do this, and hopefully everybody's out and we don't find anything, but if we do find something, hopefully that brings closure to a family that's waiting to find out what's going on.
Copy, we're clearing one more house right now. We're telling on a roof. I'll contact you when we're done with this. Like this. As we're pulling stuff out, we brought a long bone out, and we're not sure what it is. And this just happened to be when we pulled off the stuff from the inside of the house, it came from a bedroom.
Paradise, it's been for our family. It's been where everybody's lived for my whole life. Today, we're gonna go work in a couple more shelters. I'm looking for my mom, Sheila Santos, 64. Yes, I wanna see if we can put this up. I'm missing my mom.
You can put up on that picture.
Right over there. It's exhausting. It's actually probably one of the most mentally exhausting things I've ever done, including fighting a war. Paradise is known as a retirement community. A lot of older people who they come up here to relax. They come up here to enjoy life after they've worked so hard to get what they have. The longer it goes, the more hopeful I actually kind of am, because I figure they have 77 bodies right now, and they tentatively identified, what they say today, 64, I think it is. So I don't have a phone call yet either way. That's when we're going to talk to sheriffs to see if maybe we're one of the tentatively identified. But so far, no news, I guess, is good news. So.
11月25日，加州北部連日降雨消減山火。加州消防局宣布，肆虐近3週嘅營溪大火終於100% 受控。
The rain is really a double-edged sword for this fire. It's definitely any rain, any precipitation is going to help with fire suppression, clearly, but it definitely has its drawbacks and its disadvantages as well in terms of the search and rescue that's going on, or search and recovery that's going on in Paradise. They've been able to sift through these really fine ash, and when rain gets onto that really fine ash, it turns it into sort of a muddy muck and makes it a lot more difficult.
The rain makes the process of going through the debris left behind by the fire more difficult. That said, I was out there today with the searchers and the anthropologists, and they still believe that they have a high degree of certainty that if it's out there, they're going to find it.
「至今，營火共造成至少88人死亡，燒毀約1.4萬棟住宅，514間商店，失蹤人員名單仍多達249人，大部分疏散令仍然生效，許多道路仍然持續關閉。加州林部防火局表示，呢個係全國最致命嘅山火，目前工作人員繼續喺瓦礫同灰燼中搜尋屍體。洛杉磯州防火部門發言人表示，居民要為冬季嘅暴雨做好準備，因為火災將植物燒成灰燼，泥土會變得鬆散，容易發生水浸及山泥傾瀉。以下係山火前後嘅災區影像對比，災情實在係慘不忍睹，滿目瘡痍。 以下係人造衛星拍攝到山火前後嘅影像對比，災情令人心寒。單單呢場營溪大火已經造成破紀錄高達75至100億美元嘅經濟損失。自今年9月踏入詩篇119篇應驗嘅2019年，全球從未間斷出現破紀錄嘅災難。毋庸置疑，神正向全世界警告，2019年正係踏入鏡面倒置、全世界受審判嘅一年。世人唯有尋找2012榮耀盼望信息，先能夠得到唯一答案。